And I'm an asshole, and that's okay. I piss people off, and it makes my day. Of course, you've got the traditional beer. Welcome to another episode of John Sees the World. Spelled wrong, I-E instead of E-I. Or is it John Sees the World, S-E-E-S? Depends how you look at it. And I know it's been a while since I've done a show and whatnot, and I haven't been regular as I should be. Maybe more roughage. I don't know. Well, I've been looking at things, some odd things, and lately, mostly commercials and the things that they promise you, and I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? Really? I saw a commercial the other day from a finance company that was telling me, your tomorrow, our price, from Lincoln Financial. That straight up translates to we are stealing from you. Yeah, I mean, damn, man. Your tomorrow. This is what you want tomorrow. But at our price, we're going to rip you apart financially and take everything you own. So let's think about that. Let's think about some other commercials that you've seen on TV and wonder about that. There's McDonald's. We sell your future. When being fat is your future. Just the fact that you're selling our future. Wow. They honestly believe they're selling our future. That is something to think about. Whoa. And then there's Budweiser. When holding on to a memory needs a cold beer. It was a DUI memory, but still a memory. The kind of memories that you're kind of going, oh, hell, I didn't want that. Damn. Or some of you like myself went to college, and in all honesty, I never graduated from college. My brother did, became a nurse. I got bored with it and walked away and decided on another way of life. But college, we teach you what you need to know to belong, not think. That's what college is today. They want you to know what you need to belong and not think. Personally, I would not go to college today because I want to think. I want to have my own opinion about things. Yeah, that's the way I am. And then there's the UPS store. At UPS, we offer a lot. Yeah, that's because everything there costs a lot. Okay, excuse me while I drink a beer. No, I'm being honest with you. I do drink beer during these broadcasts. I'm not going to say I don't, but hey. Miller Lite, a light beer that tastes like a beer, but it isn't a beer. I don't know how many of you are Miller Lite fans, but oh my Lord. I had the pleasure of visiting Germany during my time in the Navy and found out what real beer was all about. Miller Lite, yeah, we taste like a beer, but we're not a real beer. So that's my rant about commercials tonight. I did want to introduce a new character into our world. I used to have a dog named One. He was half poodle or part terrier, and part God knows what. Had a heart and a courage that was unmatched by anything around him, and only weighed 14 pounds. He was amazing. And this was his favorite toy, the bear. One loved the bear. And I am showing you the bear. He's become a new member of our club. And, well, let me get out the recorder that Richard never seems to get around to. And let's see here. There we go. A little bit of recorder there. Of course, we don't want to forget. Shit, I just dropped the kazoo. That's not good. Me dropping the kazoo and being in the condition that I'm in. It means I gotta stand up, get off camera for a moment. Give me a second. I will be back. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's so much fun. I enjoy that. I enjoy the pain. So, first off, we gotta get that. And then that. And then something's beeping in the background. I don't know what it is. Okay, we got that out of the way. But of course, we still have the sock monkeys. All the sock monkeys are here. Yes, the sock monkeys are all here. They're all showing up. And Wildcat. Wildcat is always around. Yes, he is. And of course, we've got Ugly Bunny. Well, there you go. I'll give you a better shot of him there. Eee, Ugly Bunny. Tonight I spent about an hour with my neighbor drinking beer, trading stories about what it was like during our squid lives and our lives in general. And as bad as it may be getting out there, and it is getting pretty bad, yeah, there's a lot of us that supposedly have to be careful about what we say, what we do, where we appear at, because of the color, and I hate to say this, my God, the color of our skin. I personally will not relent due to that. I personally will be in public when I can. I will walk with the stride that I always walked with, and that is a stride that my mother and father instilled in me. The pride and the inability to compromise when something is wrong. I enjoyed talking to my neighbor. It was fun. His name is John, too. And then I met our new neighbor across the street. His name is Isaiah. Young fella with a wife and kids, just starting out, wishing the best for them. It used to be that we as Americans cared for each other. We looked after each other, we met each other, we offered support and help in everything we do. And now we're being told no. If this person looks like this, or if this person appears to be this, there is no way you should support them. You should be reporting them. My father was a dyed in the heart Republican, much like his dad. And I'd like to think that even he would look at what's going on today and say, no. He told me a story one time about when he was a kid in elementary school up in Dallas, Texas. And they all lived in a little part of Dallas, Texas, known as Little Mexico. And I've been there when I was a kid. I remember going there and meeting people and such that were relatives and friends of my dad. I don't remember their names. I don't remember their faces very well. I was very young. But he told me about how they would go to school and everybody from his neighborhood, all the Mexican kids, would be put in a separate room and then forced into a metal tin tub and washed because the school was afraid of bugs, what we in Spanish call piojos. My mother, on the other hand, who was an extremely smart, probably brilliant individual, if she had been given a chance, grew up to be told as a young woman in high school, women are, and particularly Mexican women, are not able to think for themselves and participate and to create. And unfortunately, she sort of went with that and wished she hadn't. My mother was a brilliant person, had views on a lot of things, and saw and had a lot to say, a lot more than I do for the most part. But they instilled in me, my brothers, and my sister the pride, not only in our race, but in who we were as Americans. We were we were proud to be Mexican Americans until the Republicans decided that is not right. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that is right. And I know I'm going off on a rant tonight and I'm doing my thing. But the thing is I love this country as much as anybody else does. Love the beer too. And anybody that tells me America, love it or leave it, well, I'm going to shove my foot up their ass. That's just the way it is, you know. My family has given a lot to this country, has sacrificed a lot for this country. I've sacrificed a lot with my service. And I will not be denigrated because of the color of my skin, the heritage that I possess. Now, most of my friends are white, and we get along just fine. We don't go out of our way to aggravate each other like the current government appears to be doing. They're going out of their way to aggravate each other, but hey. Now, there's this thing with the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny. Personally, I've never listened to Bad Bunny. I've never heard any of his music. I probably wouldn't understand half of what he has to say, much less the music itself. But what I do understand is his right to perform and share his vision with us. Now, you may not agree with that vision. You may not like it. Hell, you may not even like the music. But that's not the point. The point is we're all Americans and we need to share with each other. We need to get back to the point where we looked at each other and didn't see someone who was brown or black or red or yellow or green or whatever. We just saw another human being. Someone who lived in this country, who had their own thoughts, their own wishes, their own hopes and dreams. And we need to recognize that. And under the current administration, apparently that's the wrong thing to do. I got only one thing to say. Uh-oh. I pulled a Richard. I can't use my kazoo. I am proud of my country. I am proud of what we have accomplished. But I am not proud of what we are currently going through. And as a result, I add my voice to those who oppose it. Sorry, guys, I don't have many stories to tell tonight. I don't have any stories to tell tonight. I just told you some stuff I felt about commercials and such, which is okay. That's the way it goes. I wish I had more stories tonight, but I'm stuck on this right now. As you can see, I'm trying to grow a mustache. So we'll see how that comes out. What I want to do eventually is get one of those, twirl it up with mustache wax and all, but it's got to get thicker and it's got a bit longer. It'll take some time to do that. But in the meantime, this is John Sees the World, or does John see the world? Stay tuned. We may have something new for you every day.